there are so many ways the series could go, but sadly Ridley Scott is taking the Xenomorphs, the main aliens from the Alien franchise, out of the Alien franchise and renaming it Prometheus. Now, I can't see why he would just make Prometheus 1 and 2, so we can expect there to be a third movie, but I think they're going to stop after it's a trilogy and leave it as, Alien Resurrection being the 4th, Prometheus being the 5th, 6th, and 7th. So I think they're going to leave it as a 7-movie franchise, not counting AVP and the Predator franchise. So I am kind of sad about that, but I do want to say my theories about how they're gonna use xenomorphs in this movie without actually using xenomorphs. It's complicated, I know, but I don't believe they're going to have literal xenomorphs, but they're going to have creatures that are like ancestors of xenomorphs, and that I believe strongly this movie is going to be a prequel, because it's called Paradise. That's what the planet, the engineers, which are these big blue guys that created mankind, that's the planet they came from. That's what the planet was called at the end of Prometheus. So we can definitely assume this is probably going to be a backstory, since the movie said, or at least the deleted scene said, that the engineers people were wiped out by the Decon alien, which is actually birthed at the end of the movie. A lot of people thought that was the first Decon, but no, it was born before. Eventually, these engineers created these xenomorph-like creatures called protomorphs, or Decon aliens, to serve whatever purpose. I guess we're going to find that out in the second or third film. And then it ended up backfiring terribly, and the protomorphs ended up pretty much taking over and wiping out the engineer race. So one engineer is like frozen in time, and when he wakes up, he's pissed in Prometheus. Now, a lot of people's theory is that the engineers created xenomorphs and humans, and humans to be the hosts, and xenomorphs to be born because they're without sin. They can't think, but yet they're intelligent. They're the perfect organism. Now, that's a common theory amongst people, but as far as Prometheus 2 comes, I believe we're just gonna focus more on the home planet. Either there's going to be very few engineers and people are going to visit their planet like, why do you hate us so much? Why did you sacrifice us to the xenomorphs? Either that's going to happen, or I truly believe that it's just going to be a generic prequel telling us about how the Decons destroyed them. Now, when you search Prometheus 2, one of the things you see is this weird-ass fucking guy who has all these symbols on his face. Now, notice the symbols are very similar to the Big Head God. Now, the Big Head God is the name that's been dubbed to this guy. Everyone, is worried about in the movie Prometheus. There's so much subliminal messaging and stuff you have to really know the franchise to piece together for. All this messaging and things people mistake as plot holes, but they're really just hints and clues. You see that same imagery on the face of this thing. Now, I believe, without any real official information, that this is a xenomorph-human hybrid, because I saw a storyboard from the original movie that's actually being passed off as a storyboard for the second movie, but it's not, showing what the Decon alien was supposed to look like. It was going to be faceless and white and pretty damn intelligent. You can see there, breaking out of the engineer's chest, etc., etc. As seen here in the scene where the Decon is birthed. And here comes the sharp back of the head. But the Decon ends up looking much, much different, as you can see here. More of a dolphin-like face with sharp teeth. So yeah, you get the point. Just wait till he opens his mouth. There we go. Or she. Whatever. I think they're going to introduce that story, because the Alien franchise, once it got towards the end, says that there's some kind of goo that's organic, as in it's, from nature, but it's, like, alive. This organic substance, this goo on this planet that's very similar to the planet in the original Alien movie, but it's not the same planet. But it actually was the same planet in the original draft of Prometheus. In Prometheus, they visit this planet where they find this goo that's a symbiote, like in the movie Spider-Man 3. It's something that's more of an ooze that latches onto something and, depends on something else, to survive, and it changes its mood, and that it ends up infecting this man, and he ends up having sex with someone. His sperm is contaminated, and his semen actually creates, an alien embryo, an endoparasitic creature that is not a true parasite, but it lives inside the this girl until it's ready to break free and ends up impregnating the engineer, creating the decon. Now I'm thinking, if you reverse that, you know how you have a liger whenever it's, I forget if it's a male tiger mating with a female lion or whatever, but if it's the other way around, then it's a female tiger and a male lion, then you get a Tygon. I kind of got that a little confused. Well, what if it's a, female that impregnates the male? Then maybe we get this creature with the mind of a xenomorph in the body of a human, which was referenced in the Alien franchise before, but never truly seen. Who knows? All we know is we're going to see some new aliens, and we're going to see some new information. But I think the movie's going to try to explain why the engineers hated the humans, why they attacked humans in the movie. A lot of people believe they created them just as hosts for the xenomorph, like I've said before. So, who really knows? There's not going to be xenomorphs, Ridley Scott said it himself, but I believe there is going to be engineers and creatures like xenomorphs. Definitely some cool aliens. So yeah, that's my very quick update of my theories on Prometheus 2 that are probably going to be true, just warning you. Because I'm usually really good at this. I predicted pretty much the whole movie of Godzilla 2014. So yeah, go check it out when it comes out, and I'll watch it and probably tell you how it is. Yep, so bye. Prometheus 2.